my friends, a very good morning. Now, my original plan today was to photograph the first snowfall, mountains with a little bit of atmospheric conditions given due to snowfall. And we look around, we don't have all too much snowfall. Nothing. You have no precipitation here, and it also didn't come low enough, the snow. When you look up the mountain, we have a little bit of snow up there. It looks pretty good, I have to say. The only problem is I don't really have a plan what to photograph at the moment. Woodland doesn't really work because we don't have all too much definition. It would work when we would have more snow down here. Waterfall photography, we don't have waterfalls here. Water levels are low because it didn't rain all too much over the last weeks. And for vista photography, you need to be exactly at or around the place where it's really possible to have a fantastic view. I mean, the views are fantastic here, but it's so difficult, and I don't know which composition to build up. It's quite difficult, and I have to say, if I'm able to get a really strong photograph out this day, I will eat my head. Really, I promise you, I will do that. I will eat my head. Oh man, but it's really, really beautiful. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. We don't have any definition here in the landscape. Everything is dull and boring, and it's really difficult. But I think it's better to focus on not what we don't have. It's maybe better to focus on what we have. And when we look up at the mountains up there, we have dramatic clouds, we have snow coverage in the mountains, what gives a little bit of definition. We also would have this fantastic mountain face back there. It's just difficult to find a composition here. It had been better to take my 200 to 600 millimeters lens with me. I have my 70 to 200 millimeters lens with me. Also a 2.0 teleconverter, so I would come up to 400 millimeters, and I think that could be possible something. And where? I just think I will go to a place where I have a little bit more possibilities. When the weather changes or when the light situation changes or something like that. I think I will go down a little bit more to the shore. Let's try for that. It is interesting. I found a composition, and I'm not sure how I should tell this to you. I mean, it didn't snow here, definitely not. But when we look down here in the ground, it's white, and it's not really snow, to be honest. It's a kind of seagrass or something like that, because usually the water level is much higher. Usually we are underwater here already. And I mean, when you don't have snow, make your own one. So I thought about using these grasses, because you can't really see that these are grasses, using these grasses as kind of fake snow or something like that. And I'm here in my setup, and I mean, it would not work without this snow, without the seagrasses, whatever it is. I used this rock here, this little boulder here in the foreground, and it builds a fantastic contrast to this patch of snow, seagrass or whatever. It just doesn't really matter. And we have this fantastic view. So when you look back there to the distance, to this glacier back there. I mean, we can't really see the glacier. The glacier is exactly there where the clouds start in the moment. But I don't really need the glacier, to be honest. The sky is amazing. It's dramatic. We have snow on the mountain back there. We have a little bit of the mountain face at the right hand side, and a little bit of the lake in. So it's I really like this composition, I have to say. I don't really take in any subject, any element that is entirely in. So maybe a mountain that is totally in, or the lake totally, or something like that. I just cut the elements and to give this illusion to the viewer. And I have to say, I really like this composition. As I'm quite close here to my foreground element, I have definitely to focus stack. I will anyway use f16. There will come a video, by the way, how I choose on apertures. I will link it up there anywhere when it's online. I mean, the shot here is really, the composition is really all about the patch of whatever this is here, this white here in the foreground. And it tells this story of this connection between the snow coverage back there and the whites, the snow here in the foreground. We really give this illusion of here's snow in the foreground. It snowed already, and there's no snow between. What happened there? So we keep this question up to our viewers, and this is really fantastic. So I would say, let's make the click. So now we're doing a bit of astrophotography. No, just kidding. Yeah, I mean, all the beautiful things are up there in the mountains. It is so fantastic. I hope you can see this here with the ultra-wide angle lens. We have lots of snow-covered mountains. We have this mist up there. It wails around the mountains up there. It looks so fantastic. It's such a fantastic mood. It's just absolutely boring down here. And so I thought, what about, really putting up my long lens. I also put up my 2.0 teleconverter. I don't need it there, to be honest. I think it's around about 140 millimeters. The only thing is, I don't know what could happen. It would be better to have a 100 to 400 millimeters lens. I don't have one. Usually it's good to change teleconverters. It's quick, it's fast. But here, the conditions up there changed that fast. And I want to stay flexible here. If it's really necessary to get wider, I could make a panel. So it's really not a big problem. And the teleconverters here on the Sony G Master lenses are that sharp. It's really absolutely no issue or something like that from the image quality. So it's changed, and I take a little bit of this mountain face here in the foreground and this curve of these trees up there with the mountain back there, and it looks fantastic as it is in the moment. I would say, let's make the click. It's so cold out here, and I totally forgot that I have my weather with clothes with me. That's really good to put them on already, and you'll go from the car or so. They're really comfortable with the finger caps to put away. It's much warmer. It's much better. That's really good. At the moment it's really difficult to explain all the compositions I see. I'm not fast enough because they appear and they disappear so fast, and with vlogging beside that, and so it's so difficult. In the moment I found this composition up there with this diagonal here with the snow and this mountain here, hiding there in the mist up there. They look so fantastic, also with this wave there. And I would say, let's make the click. That's really fantastic. the mountains are covered with, not only with snow, they are also covered with fog there and where, and with mist obviously. And it's really this instant image fantastically. This leads to this fantastic transition up to the sky, and it makes compositions possible which were simply not there when we wouldn't have the snow and the fog up there. The snow helps to bring out the contrast there, to see the mountains also inside the fog and so. And now it also, yeah, it makes this nice transition. I really like this. Oh man, what amazing conditions. That's really fantastic. We have the snow on the mountains up there, and also the mist. Yeah, it leads to this fantastic transition between the mountains and the sky. It looks so fantastic. We have to get this definition of this hill here at the left hand side with with more blacks and darker shadows of the trees obviously, and also the white around it. It gives a nice contrast. And also the mountain face here at the right hand side. I get in really all the beautiful things in this composition. It's really fantastic. And I would say, let's make the click. Ah, that's nice. That's really nice. We have that mountain face in the distance with the snow coverage. We have the clouds up there. We have the this hill here at the right hand side with more contrast, with more darker areas. And up on the sky, the clouds built this dark clouds up in the sky, and between the mountain and the dark clouds we have this brighter clouds, and this looks really fantastic. It makes this fantastic accentuation, and we look back there to this point, and we have all these lines here down here on the on the forest there, all these waves, and so it's so fantastic. I really like that. And yeah, I mean the conditions are changing so fast, and I would say let's make the click. It is so relaxing to be out here for landscape photography or for mountain photography actually. It is really amazing, and I found this kind of intimate landscape shot. It's a really intimate landscape shot. It's one intimate mountain shot actually. I have this patch of snow up there. This is really a high contrast, a bright contrast up there, and the mountain face back there, the trees up there everywhere, and these patterns there with all the grasses, and I think also some rocks and so there, and we're up there, and with the fog. We don't have all too much fog in this composition now here, just at the very top here, from this kind of valley. It's not really a valley, this path what goes through there, whatever it is. Also at the right hand side, the right top up there, it looks really fantastic. I really like that. And it's so difficult now. Also another peak gets unwheeled up there. I would say I will take the shot here now, and I will try for another composition back there. So let's make the click. It is absolutely amazing. It looks so fantastic when we look up there. We have this kind of V shape up there, and the peak in the distance, two peaks in the foreground, the trees down there at the bottom, also this part of this flat mountain face, and the conditions change that much, I would say. That makes the click. Oh man, it's unbelievable. I found one more composition, same concept as before, also a V shape with trees in the foreground, even bigger trees than before, and this amazing sense of depth into this V shape. It's another V shape. I mean, before we were a little bit more at the left, now I come a little bit more to the right, and it's so beautiful up there. We have all the mist covering the mountains back there softly. It's a milky effect. It looks so beautiful, so amazing. And I would say, as everything changed up there so fast, let's make the click. It is really absolutely amazing. I really didn't expect to get photographs like that today. I thought already about staying at home because I didn't look after any possibility for photography, but there's always anything to photograph, especially when the conditions are amazing up there. Just pick out your long lens and yeah, pick out compositions up in the mountains. And it's also interesting that I got also a shot down here with this kind of snow, I mean fake snow down there. It's amazing. I'm really happy. And my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, please give me a thumb up and don't forget to tune in next week. There will come a fantastic video as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye. Now think I said in the beginning of the video.